When the State Teachers Retirement System Board meets tomorrow, there will once again be a new board member appointed by Governor Mike DeWine. And once again, active and retired teachers are angry about that. Just last week, a magistrate in the appeals court said the governor lacked constitutional and legal authority last September when he removed the investment expert Wade Steen from the board. That case is still making its way through the courts. But when Steen's replacement stepped down last week, the governor immediately appointed Ohio State University lobbyist Brian Pereira to the position in defiance of the magistrate's recommendation. Retirees and active teachers say the governor missed an opportunity to help them by reappointing Steen to the board.
Well, we're always pleased with the fact that Wade Steen advocated on behalf of the people who are contributing to the system. So it was a real disappointment to us when he was taken off the board. We were happy to see that the decision was made that he should be restored to the board. So yes, it's disappointing that the governor has appointed someone else.
Melissa Cropper heads the Ohio Federation of Teachers and says teachers and retirees want what they've earned: a restoration of cost of living benefits, the ability to retire after 30 years in the classroom, and board members who protect their pension fund.
Traditionally, teachers have expected to make less money, but in return have a solid retirement benefit guaranteed to them. Now, when they see that they're not going to get COLA when they retire, they're going to have to work longer to get that retirement. It has an impact on that decision-making process. It has an impact on whether teachers actually stay in the system or not.
A retiree watchdog group is working to shift control of the STRS board to so-called reformers who will do away with lavish bonuses for the investment staff and end what they believe is mismanagement of the fund. And they want the governor to talk to and listen to teachers.
I think the governor has gotten some wrong information and some wrong advice. So I would love to be able to have an opportunity to discuss with him what we expect from our pension system and what our board members are advocating for.
Are you surprised he hasn't talked to you yet?
No, not surprised at all. I'm not surprised at all.
Now, I was told Governor DeWine did not have time for an interview on STRS this week, but in a statement, his spokesman told me the governor supports retired teachers getting a cost of living adjustment and supported a forensic audit of the system. He also said Wade Steen was removed from the board because of significant attendance issues, and the governor was also concerned that Steen was acting as an advocate for a specific investment firm at the expense of the competitive process. You can read the entire statement from the governor at NBC4i.com.